Well, welcome to Love Us Anyway. And yeah, powered by Facts Wellness and Retreat Center out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Today, I have the beautiful, amazing Donna Ray joining us. And yeah, we're gonna tap in and talk about friendships today. That's our topic. And just looking at Donna's face for those who are watching, and if you're listening, I admire her so much. So she makes me smile. And so her brightness brightens my light too sometimes. So yeah, just diving right in, Donna.
I love talking about friendship. Maybe at this season of my life and thinking back on when I was a younger person
Mhm.
and now, and what friendship means, and and the people who I would call my friends. I really use that word more intentionally than I did at a previous time in life, and I think it's like really sweet to have someone that I can call my friend and someone that is that like gets me.
Yeah.
Someone who we don't have to like talk all the time and know every single thing about the person or
Mhm.
about each other's lives. So, yeah, friendship has it means something more special to me now.
Yeah. I feel you on that because I don't know. Maybe I've always been a person who kept my circle small and the title of friend like really close and dear to me. Because I've always anybody that probably knows me or has met me, may say, well, she didn't really consider me a friend because I don't know, friend for me has a high regard and standard. And so I just don't go around giving that away, right? And so because some people take that title for granted, I feel like. So I have some acquaintances and things like that. But friendship for me is really special. And even though I love all people especially the people that I come into contact with and hope that they feel the same for me, right, with my energy and things like that. But to call somebody a friend, yeah, it's like levels to it, I feel like. And it takes time to do that, time with each other and a lot of other things that build upon, especially when it comes to what that means and looks like for, the individual. And when I say that, meaning, there's different qualities that contribute to friendships. So trust, support, understanding. And yeah, I think you need those things to really create and build upon a lasting bond with somebody.
So when you said values, the first one that I didn't hear you say is acceptance.
Mm,
And when I think about friendship, acceptance is a big part of it. Of course, it's people I work with. Of course, there's people that, for a special occasion or trip or something, you are with people. But to have somebody that's a friend to me really embodies acceptance
mm,
and accepts me just the way I am. Um, and it's like okay with it, right? Like not trying to fine tune me, not trying to tweak me, none of that, right?
yeah,
And so that's really important. And when I think back to like the situation in which we met, so that was, one specific um, reason. And then when I just think about now where we are today,
yeah,
and so all those things that you said about trust, about understanding, about acceptance, that is how I've always naturally kind of felt toward you.
oh,
And for us to kind of be at this place in our, timeline
yeah,
feels very special. And so yeah, that just gives me the warm and fuzzies when I think
yeah.
about friends.
And you know what you said was interesting. It's not interesting, but it kind of really goes hand in hand with being your authentic self. People that you can be your authentic self with and not feel like you got to put on or show up in a certain way. and that they love you anyway. One of the themes of this podcast is love us anyway, and how we as people can love each other anyway through our flaws, faults, and any other thing that we go through and through our growth periods, right? I feel like that's super important, especially when it comes to building and maintaining a friendship, because some friendships, what is that saying, season, reason, a lifetime, even with relationships, period, right? Um, and some friendships are meant for that too, like maybe not long term, and others last a lifetime, and some, kind of have their reasons for why they show up in your life and maybe exit.
Yeah, because I think that was maybe just a couple of months ago. I mean, you even called me out. You're like, "What's going on? I haven't been talking to you," or something. Just something feels off.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciated that. One, because you noticed. Two, because you kind of just pulled my coattail and then was willing to talk about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you say maintenance, right, like that's anything. When you're thinking about your house, you think about your car, or
Mm-hmm.
right, your diet, you kind of get to a place of maintenance. It's not gonna just kind of take care of itself. It
Right.
still needs some attention. And just being able to say, "Are you okay?" or "I'm checking in," and then whatever the response is, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Because I've had friendships. I did use the word friend, and then I don't know, something I said or did offended this person, and then once I knew that, I asked, I inquired,
Mm-hmm.
and then wouldn't return my call,
Mm-hmm.
left me a whole long voice memo, and that was over a year ago. It's probably going on 2 years. I still haven't heard from that person.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, I thought, because that's what the person requested, was like, I need a little bit of time. So I said, okay, to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then that time has never come around. And so I am learning not to put so much, try and control so many things, right? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe a year, 2 years is the amount of time this person needs. But just letting it be the way it is, and then
Yeah.
just really come into uh, to embrace myself, that I did what I thought was appropriate in order
Mm-hmm.
to repair or mend the relationship, or the friendship, or maybe that was its season.
Right. I about to say maybe that was it. Maybe that was it, and that's all, right? And people show you who they are, and they let you know what they want, whether or not verbally or non-verbally or through their actions and things like that. And so maybe that was just a season. And some people, and we'll get into this on another podcast in regards to communicating with people, because that's difficult sometimes, right? And there's a way in communicating with people, and depending on their personality and their style and all of that. But yeah, so it seems like that particular person, communicated with you, but not really. And then you thought that it was going to be a turnaround time, and it wasn't. And that's okay too. Loving them anyway, but loving yourself too.
Absolutely. And I thought that, and well, I'm learning, right, with many of my teachers. It's just like, if you have one or two or three, a really close few people that you call your friends, life is sweet for you,
Mhm.
right? So I don't have 10 like best friends, right? I probably know 10 people, I know
Right.
20 people, but people that I would want to talk to or share something really personal, or if there was some fear or a great business idea,
Yeah.
right? That list is much shorter. And I'm learning to be okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Being okay with being okay. Being okay with not being okay.
That too, right? That has some, it could be a roller coaster also.
Right, right. And I mean, there's so much, and I know you spoke about like value in friendship, right? And for me, when I consider somebody to be a friend, like I think about, can I trust you? You know, or have you been and are you honest with me? Can I feel like you can be some a shoulder that I can lean on or some form of support. You know, do you respect me? Do we have those shared values? Do we have a good time? Like, first of all, that might be at the top of my list that I want to just have a good time and love on people and have fun and they bring me joy and hopefully I bring them the same because they keep me around. And then also in friendships, what comes up is forgiveness because we're human and we're not perfect. And one of my things I always say that we're perfectly imperfect. And, you know, we're gonna have different things and we're gonna have to figure that out. We figure it out together as long as we want to maintain a level of friendship. And yeah, what do you think about those? Like I know I
Oh
throw a
yeah.
lot like different, you know.
Well, I mean, those almost feel like bookends because I almost want to say fun is like assumed,
Hmm.
right? But to even name it, and then like the forgiveness part, and it's easy to be take things personal. Let me say
Mm-hmm.
this: it's easy to take things personal. And when I think about somebody being a friend, I don't think that you said something just to make me angry or to put me in my place, right? Like I
It
don't
wasn't
think
intentional.
it wasn't intentional. Now you may have said something or done something,
Hmm.
and I felt a certain kind of way about it,
Hmm.
right? But I mean, I gotta see how I show up in that also.
Hmm.
Like my what part of that I can own, right? So then to ask for forgiveness, both ways, or just to check in and say I did or I said and I apologize.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
also
that
that friend
forgiveness.
communicating that, right? Like, so maybe that's how it's being received, but that person doesn't know. And so then communicating that you and without using like you, but I felt that this happened when you know we had this conversation or whatever the case may be, or when this particular situation, that's based on communicating with each other. And sometimes people don't know how things are going to be perceived or received. And so they may not say anything. I know like for me, I'll sit with some stuff, but more than likely I'm going to say something because it's one, either affecting the way that I feel like our friendship is and or yeah, it's affecting me. And so I want to make sure to bring it up because I love you. And I'm saying you, Donna, but I'm just, you know, like my friends, I love them. And so even if it's not immediately that I'm communicating something, eventually I want to be able to do that because it's a form of release for me. But then also, like you said, it may not been intentional. You know, I don't think a really good friend wants to intentionally harm somebody or do or say something that, you know, hurts somebody's feelings or whatever. So,
So like that word values has been coming up with me and just in the past couple of months pretty strong.
mhm.
And then I heard another teacher refer to like a blueprint.
Mm,
And I guess that was more of a visual for me. And that was
mhm,
something like I could see in my mind's eye about a blueprint, if that is for building a house or a car or a computer or, a life, your life. But in kind of baked into that is like the structure, the supplies that are going to be required to actually be able to have this finished end product. And
mhm,
so part of that, I think, is really important to see if we have shared values,
mhm,
right? So if that is communication, if that is acceptance, if
mhm.
that's care. And I think that makes a difference too
Yeah,
on who might fall in that friend category. It's like if we have shared values,
yeah.
right? And I'm not criticizing or judging anybody with however their lifestyle is, but maybe we just not gonna be those kind of people to each other.
Mhm,
And I'm learning now that it's okay
yeah,
because I want to live at a certain have a certain level, um, and not everyone is going to want to
meet
have
you
those
where you
shared
are.
experience.
Yeah, meet you where you are and elevate at the same time, right? And so meeting each other where we are and having this experience of this journey of elevation because we want to keep growing. We want to keep moving up. We want to keep growing and developing and pushing forward, right? We don't want to stay at the same, well, not, I mean, I know I don't want to stay at the same place. And sometimes that means eliminating certain friendships that are kind of stagnant and they're like just remaining in that same bubble of space. And maybe it's time to release and let go of that too.
I mean, that's such a beautiful word, elevate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rocket that I'm on, um, I've already strapped myself in. So
That's
I
right.
know now it's not personal. Not everybody's on the rocket.
Yeah.
Right? Some people might still be on a scooter. That's fine. And it's just that this where I'm going.
Not on the
And
scooter. Some people may still be walking.
they might be walking, but they making rockets now. I already got a rocket and I've strapped myself in. So come on, let's go.
I love it. I love that. And yeah, even through all of that, we said that, just in talking about friendships and watching them mature or watching them fizzle and phase out and being okay with that and loving those people anyway, regardless of where they are and or where we are in our phase of life, like just loving them anyway, giving them love, maybe from a distance, and that's okay too. And that could be with family members too, but that's maybe another topic. But I mean, but some of our family members we consider friends too, right? And so, but we probably dive deeper in that on another time. But being a good friend and knowing to value the friendships that we have, because good friends and for me are hard to come by. And I only have maybe uh two hands of good friends that I can say um, we support each other, we love each other. We may not always speak to each other, but it's always love anyway. And so that makes me happy, especially you, Donna, like you said, connecting the dots and that we're still here and thriving and that we could still continue to work and grow together and still have relationship with one another in the way that we do. I think that's super sweet. Um, so I thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
What show is that?
That's the Golden Girls.
If that is not a treasure, thank you for saying that. I'm gonna have to go into some of the archives and watch a few of those episodes. Thank you for reminding.
Yeah. Isn't it like travel around and back again? I don't know. I don't know what
Yes, thank you.
it is. But with that being said, loving us anyway, loving you anyway, loving me anyway. I would love to dive into just a short practice of loving kindness in the way that it goes with friendship. So if you're listening or even if you're watching, just kind of getting into a comfortable position, whatever that feels like for you, maybe the next 5 minutes, just a short closeout practice. Yeah, and so if that means real quick, you had your maybe silencing your phone if you're watching this from your laptop or computer, just shutting a door, just getting it comfortable. Maybe you've been sitting all day, so you want to lie down. And if it feels good, you can close your eyes, keep them open or at a downward gaze, whatever feels right in your body. And just inviting you to take a few deep breaths on your own, inhaling really deep, holding it and really exhaling. Maybe do that 2 more times. Inhaling, holding, exhaling. A couple more times on your own. Hmm. Just notice how it feels in your body, the rise and fall of your shoulders. Yeah. Settling into this space, into this moment. Releasing any thoughts, and because we're human, they'll come up. Acknowledge whatever it is without judgment. Come back to the here, come back to the right now. And I invite you to bring someone you care about, someone you consider a friend. Envision this person in your mind and visualize their face and maybe remember a time when you felt happy together. or a time that they made you smile or laugh. Just hold this visual here. Notice if it makes you smile in this moment or just feel good on the inside. Mm. Breathing your normal breath, visualizing this person you care about, how they make you feel, the good, the joy, the fun. And now, repeating after me, directing your attention towards this person. We're going to send them some well wishes and love. And we're going to pretend that they can feel this through the universe and space, right? And so, kind of just like a text message, whatever we say, they receive right in that moment. And so, repeating after me, may you be happy. They just received that. And again, may you be healthy. Mm. Repeating after me, may you be safe. Again, may you live with ease. Mm. Again, may you have peace. And last, may you have love. Just really feeling into everything that you poured into this person that you visualize. And also allowing some warmth and kindness to fill your heart. And if it feels comfortable to place your hand over your heart or both hands over your heart and breathing into this heart space and noticing how it feels to send kind wishes and love to someone, to a friend that we admire, that we feel happy with. And now from me to you, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. May you have joy. May you have kindness and love in your heart. And so if your hands are on your heart, placing them down. Hmm. Yeah. Now inviting you to take a few more deep breaths, gradually bringing your awareness back to your surroundings and opening your eyes if they were closed when you're ready. Inviting some movement into your body, whether or not you need to sway from side to side or just notice what's coming up for you. Yeah. Notice what it feels like to send love in that way. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me to guide that short loving kindness practice. And Donna, thank you for the conversation of friend and friendship. And we can dive deeper in all the things, but loving us anyway in the way that we are.
Thank you.
Yeah. Until next time. Until next time. Later, y'all.